Proverbs 23 and verse number 18. The Bible said, for surely there is what? An end. And thy expectation shall not be what? Is that true? Now read for me from NLT. Yes.
For surely you have a future ahead of you.
Now listen to this. He said, for surely, tell somebody, surely. For surely you have a future ahead of you. Are you with me?
Your hope will not be disappointed.
Your hope in that future will not be what? Disappointed. Thank you very much. He said there is something that is ahead of you. There is a future ahead of you. However, your hope in that future will not be what? Disappointed. There are so many of us that have seen our futures. There are so many of us that have imagined our futures. And we are hoping to receive better things in our future. Is that true? Now, God is telling us that our hope in our future will not be dashed. You know, so many of us believe in our future very well. Somebody like me, I believe so much in my future. Oh yeah, I believe so much in my future more than my name. You don't get that. To tell you how staunch it is. Yes. Because I know that my future is very bright. Yes. And I am having hope in my future. Imagine that you are planning on going to school and you have hope that after graduation you are going to get a job. A job that will be giving you much money that you can help you to actualize what you want to actualize in life. Is that true now? What does it mean? You are having hope. In that school you are going to. Your hope in that future is that you will finish and have a job. Is that not true? So imagine that you now finish the school and you don't have a job. What does it mean? Your hope in that future has been disappointed. So God is telling us that we know, He knows, and for sure that we have a future. However, our hope in that future will not be what? Disappointed. Now, tell yourself, say, my future will not disappoint me.
My future will not disappoint me.
God, oh my God. Say it as though you mean it. Say, my future will not disappoint me.
My future will not disappoint me.
Hit your chest, hit your chest. Say, my future
will
not disappoint me.
Yes,
your future will not disappoint you. There are so many people that have built their future around their children. And now in your mind you are like, God, help my child to grow and get developed, go to school and all the rest of them. And I believe that after these things, my child will get a good job and then take good care of me at my old age. What if your child grows and then at the end of the day becomes an armed robber? What if your child grows at the end of the day becomes a prostitute? What if your child grows at the end of the day becomes something, I don't know how to attribute it now, like a waste? Do you know what it means? Your hope in your future has been what? Disappointed. Now say it to yourself again. Say, my hope in my future will never be disappointed. Say it again to yourself. Say, my future will never be disappointed. Now let's read another portion of the scripture. Remember what I just said now. Now let's read chapter 24, verse 13 and 14. Verse 13. He said in the book of Proverbs. He said, my son, eat thou honey, because it is good, and the honeycomb, which is sweet to thy taste. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul. When thou hast found it, then there shall be a reward, and thy expectation shall not be cut off. Now you will not understand it now until we read that NLT. Now let's read NLT.
My child, eat honey, for it is good.
Now eat honey because it is what? Good. Yes. Is honey good? Yes, honey is very good. Yes.
And the honeycomb is sweet to taste.
And the honeycomb is sweet to taste. My God, I love taking onion. It's very sweet. Go ahead.
In the same way.
Now, he said, in the same way you love honey and it is sweet into your taste.
Wisdom is sweet to your soul.
Wisdom is sweet to your soul. Now, watch why.
If you find it.
If you find wisdom.
You will have a bright future. And your
No, pause. What are we finding here? He said, if you find wisdom, what will happen to you? Which means there are dark futures. We have bright future and we have dark future. He said the only thing that will bring about bright future to us is what? Wisdom. Okay, finish it.
And your hopes will not be cut.
And your hopes will not be disappointed. Why? Because you have found wisdom. Thank you, you can sit down. Because you have what? Found wisdom. He said, surely you have a future. Is that not true? He said, and that future is the bright one. He said, your hope in your future will not be what? Disappointed, cut off. However, he said, for you to have a bright future, you need something called wisdom. If you must achieve a beautiful future, you need something called what? Wisdom. There are people who are having futures. They are seeing their future. However, they don't have wisdom to get to their bright future. Man, it's not about seeing vision. It's about getting to your vision. Oh my God. It's not about having aim. It's all about getting to your aim. We are talking about as we behold. We are beholding our future in the mirror, in a glass. But what we are talking about is how to get to our future. If you're still with me, say amen.
Amen.
He said, your future will be bright when you find wisdom. And then do you know what the Bible said in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter number 10? He said, wisdom is profitable to do what? To direct. Which means in wisdom is found direction. Be with me. In wisdom is found what? Direction. So it is by wisdom that you get your direction into your bright future. Anyone who is going to a certain location without a direction will always miss his way. Have you ever traveled to somewhere before and you don't have a direction or an address to where you're going to? You'll miss your way. Now, this is how people are going into their future without address. That is the reason why they are always moving from one end to another, missing their ways and coming back, missing and coming back. Why? Because they don't have a particular address that will take them to their destination. Am I preaching to you? So the only way you can get direction to your bright future is by what? Wisdom. He said, if you find it, you will have a bright future. And that expectation, that your hope for your future will not be disappointed. So there is every tendency that your hope in your future will be disappointed when you don't have direction to your bright future. So what is that direction? Somebody say plan. Man, anyone who does not have plans in life will never know how to go about his life. Show me a man who has plans, and I will show you a man who has vision. It's not about getting the vision. It's about having the plans to get to your vision. In this year 2025, I'm going to achieve this. I have written it. I've written it now. It's a prayer point. I'm going to achieve this. Now the question is, do you have plans on how you want to achieve those things? Am I preaching gospel? It's not about thinking about it. It's not about imagining it. It's about having plans, written plans, strategically, writing it down. Oh, that is why the Bible says, write the vision down and make it plain. Make it plain means give a standard writing out of how you are going to get to that vision. Write your plans down. Make it plain so that he that read it might run. The person is running with your plan, not by the vision. So many people entered this year without plan. Trust me on this. They don't have plan, but they have visions. Yeah? They have desires. Lord, but before the ending of this year, I know. Then where is your plan? You will not discover that their hope in their future will be disappointed. That is why so many people will run from January to December and say, God, you have failed us. Because what we desired did not come to pass. You were the one that failed yourself because you never had plans. If you have plans, God will come in. The Bible said, commit thy ways into the hands of the Lord, and he will direct your path. He will direct the thoughts of your heart. It is when you have plans and say, God, okay, this is my desire, this is my vision, and these are my plans. This is when God will now come in and say, okay, this is how you will do this one, this is how you will do this one, this is how you will do this one. When you don't have plans, how will I help you? If you go to somebody for help, maybe for business or something, they will ask you, okay, now what is your plan? Have somebody ever asked you, what is your plan for your future? Do you know what it means? The person is trying to know if at all you have ordered your life. There are people who live a scattered life. Anything that comes to take, scattered. No plans. Am I preaching gospel? Am I preaching gospel? Live in 2025 with what? Plans, strategies. Don't live a scattered life. If I'm to achieve this, okay, I think I have to start with this. If you go to my altar, you will see where I kept my book. In my former house, I placed it on the wall. Now, it is on my altar. You will see where I wrote it. After this is this. When I wanted jumping it, God said, no, this was not how you wrote it. If you are writing down your plans, God will follow you. See, be careful on how you plan your life. Because God will follow you. Many are the desires of the man, but it is the plans of the Lord that will stand. However, a man should have his own plans. That is why when you have your own plans and present it unto the Lord, God will tell you, okay, this one suits with my own. If it doesn't suit with his own, he will dash it. My plan when I was coming up was that I will marry at the age of 25. God's plan was not that I will marry at the age of 25. You see, he changed it. Now, when I now wrote another plan, he now agreed with that plan. Am I teaching you something? Yes. Help me tell the neighbor. Say neighbor. Make plans. Okay, help me ask your neighbor now. Say neighbor. In this 2025, how many times have you shouted Happy New Year to people? How many times? How many times? Uncountable. Uncountable times, right? Okay, help me ask that same neighbor. Say neighbor. Since they are uncountable, how many times have you sat yourself down to plan about your life? How many times? How many times? I'm hearing none. I'm hearing none. I'm hearing none. Which means there are much more happy New Years than sitting down and say, this is what I want to do and this is how I want to get it. Man, you cannot make it until you have plans. No, you can't. Luke 14:28. Are you there? Can I read? Now listen to what Jesus said. He said, for which of you intending, desiring to do what? To build a tower. Is Eliot saying another thing with an easy speaking language now?
But don't begin until you count the cost.
No, start from the beginning. That's 28.
Yes.
Is that where you started? Okay, don't worry. It did not start from where I want to start. Now listen to what he said. For which of you intending to build a tower, intending to build a house, sitting not down, what? First, to do what? And counted the cost, whether he have sufficient to do what? To finish it. You want to drive a big car, but you don't want to sit down to plan on how to get the car. Is your M saying another thing? Can I hear?
Is there anyone here
Is there anyone here
who planning to build a new house
who is planning to build a new house?
doesn't first sit down
Doesn't first sit down
and figure the cost
and figure out the cost
so you will know if you can complete it?
so that you will know if you can complete it? Read the next verse, please.
If you only get the foundation
If you only get the foundation
laid
laid,
and then run out of money, you are going to look pretty foolish.
Did you hear what he said? Pretty foolish. King James said people will laugh at you. Imagine that you have told people that this year 2025, God, you will see me big. At the end of the day, people will now ask you, how your name? Which means you are bragging without plans. What is that? Is that what he said there? Everyone will do what?
That everyone passing by will poke fun at you.
Everyone passing by will pour fun at you.
That's mock
They will mock you.
He started something.
He started
He
something.
couldn't finish.
He couldn't finish it. He started something and he did what? Anyone who started something and couldn't finish it is a man that they never had plans. He had desires, but he never had plans. May you finish well.
Amen.
Am I preaching gospel? Yes. I said, may you finish well.
Amen.
You see, this person started, oh, wow. And then at the end of the day, he couldn't finish it. It is you that will be bowing your head in shame. And by that time you have bragged that before the ending of this year, I'm going to be in my house. See, may we not blame God for everything. Did you hear me? You know, one thing about we Christians is that we always blame God and Satan for everything. Is that not true? Every little thing. Oh God, you allowed it to happen to me like this. Every other thing. Oh God, why did you allow Satan to do this to me? How many persons have you blamed now? 2 persons. God, you allowed it. God, you allowed Satan. What the devil is doing to me, I don't like it. Bro, now ask yourself a question. Have you ever done yourself before? You know, I used to pray a prayer. Father, who they do me? Make it leave me alone. If na me they do myself, make I leave myself. It's not. You see that prayer? It's very powerful. Because so many people are doing themselves. You can't sketch out your life. Sir, if you have plans, you will know how to coordinate yourself. One of the things that will keep your eyes focused on your vision is the plans you have. Anything that comes to take you away from your plans, you will never accept it. Have you ever gone to the market without a list before? You will buy everything you see. Yes. So long that you know that you see that naira is very deceiving. You see your pockets. Now, this is a way so many people go into the market. They will see their pockets filled, look into their bags, they have money, and they don't have list. They did not plan. And then they will not go into the market. And Sano, they will not, as they are walking, they will not see one okay that is fine. They say, wow. Now, they will not say 500. Say, 500. They will drag it 500. They will remove 500 and do what? And they have collected of it. What they are not supposed to buy. They bought it because they don't have plan. By the time they will now get to the place where they are supposed to buy what they are supposed to buy, they will discover that the money is finished. There are so many people who get into the market, they are buying chopping sin. They will buy awara and sit there as they are buying, they are eating. Is that not true? If I lied, say I lied. Oh. Is that true? Yes. You know, they will be putting some things in their mouth to make sure that they are having some things and things, so that the market movement will be smooth. By the time they are done buying, they will discover that they will start owing the people. This is money. No, what I'm telling you has happened to me before. I regretted buying the sugar cane I bought. No. You know, I like exposing myself. I regretted buying the sugar cane I bought. Because I was thinking, you know, a big woman. We have settled everything. I now bought sugar cane for 2. For 2. Me and the person that went out with me for 2. I don't go buy and I don't go give the other person. After buying for 2, and I discovered that the money. Oh God, help this thing.
It's a lifesaver.
My money would have been a lifesaver. But if you go into the market with a list, one is that you will not forget what you are buying. 2 is that you will be mindful of the things you are buying. 3 is that you will know the cost of the things you are buying. 4 is that you will not miss your way in the market because you will know your direction. You know the exact shop you are going to. This is how so many people are walking around in life today. They will go into this shop and say hello. They will come out and go to this shop, hello. They will come out and go to the hello. Confused. Please help me tell you to person. Try and plan yourself. Let me read one portion of the scripture last and then we close. Can we read Isaiah 28 and verse 10? NIV fast. Isaiah 28 and verse 10. NIV, please read.
For it is
Do and
do.
For it is what?
Do and do.
Do and do.
Do and do.
Do and do.
Rule on.
Rule on, rule on.
A little here, a little there.
Thank you very much. Sit down. There's another NIV I read. I don't know whether this one is a new NIV. He said, for it is this.
Do this, is this. Do this. Do that.
Thank you very much. Take it easy, man. I love this. He said, do this. Do that.
A rule for this.
A rule for this.
A rule for that.
A rule for that.
A little here.
A little here.
A little there.
And a little there. How many things did he mention here? Let's start again. For it is this. Do this. Before you do that. Is it planning? Do this one first before you do. Listen. There are people who want to carry everything and do it at the same time. You cannot do that. You want to do this one, you want to do this one, you want to do this one, you want to do this one at the same time. No. Life is precept upon precept, lines upon lines. He said, for it is this. Do this first before
You do
that.
A rule for this.
There is a rule for this one,
A rule for that.
and there is also a rule for this one.
A little here.
A little here
And a little.
and a little here. Thank you very much. Listen, you must do this before you do that. You cannot do this and that at the same time. The rule for this one is not the same rule for this one. A little here and what? Plan your life. Plan your life. Don't carry everything and say, hey, we want to achieve everything. No. Plan your life. Out of everything you have written, even if you achieve only 3 of it, you are best. Plan your life. You cannot go to primary school, secondary school, and university at the same time. And you must follow rules and procedures. That was why he said, a rule here. Plan your life. It is 20. Day before yesterday, God taught us that you can see yourself in the mirror. I think right on Thursday, right? You can see yourself in the mirror, your present self. You can see your future in the mirror. That is the mirror of life. Is that true? Yesterday, God taught us that He always regrets and gets heartbroken when the purpose for which He created a man, or for which He gave a man a gift, is not actualized. Is that true now? And tonight He's telling us, make plans for your life. You can save little money. That money you will use to eat ice cream. Send your girlfriend a recharge card. Save those 200. No, save it for 1 month. Let's know how much you have. Yes. Man, I have seen people building houses with plants. They said, let us. I went to Kafanchan, I think. When I came to your place, there was a bike man that took us. The guy started talking to us, me and officer. He said the first thing he did was to discover the kind of house he wanted building. And then he asked the engineer how many bundles of zinc would be enough. Because he heard that the costliest thing about building is the zinc and the wood. So he bought the zincs and kept. Wisdom is profitable to direct. He bought the bundles of zincs and kept. And shockingly enough, after he bought and kept, the cost of the zinc began to rise. Will he go and buy it again? Will that zinc spoil there? And now he said, gradually he was molding blocks. 1 bag today, tomorrow 2 bags, next tomorrow. That was how he molded the blocks and he built the house. He called us, we answered. He said the only thing remaining are woods and nails. Alright? That is the only thing remaining. So he is trying to gather money with that Okada now so that he can buy the woods and the nails so that he can roof his house. Has he not built a house? Even if it took him 3 years to build that house, has he not built it? Is he not better than so many people who ate their money? Our problem is that we want to do it at the same time. We don't have strategies. Place your strategies, place your plans, you will achieve it. My mother will always tell me, one block builds a house. Did you understand that English? One block does what? Builds a house. So I can mold. When we were building this place, one bag of cement gave us either 50 blocks or so. I can't remember, either 50 or 25, I can't remember. So imagine, okay, let's say it was 50. Imagine one bag of cement giving me 50 blocks. And they said to build the house will take us like 300 or something blocks. How many bags of cement will give me 350 blocks? How many bags of cement will give me 350 blocks? Calculate. 7. So imagine that I'm buying the cement once in a month. How many months will it take me to get the blocks for the house? 7 months. And then I'll keep the blocks. Will it spoil? Haven't I achieved that one? Then I'll start saving money to be buying cement. And then I'll buy the cement and keep at a place where I know it will not spoil. If I get like 10 bags for that year, the remaining months in the midst of the 12 months. 12 months now, 7 months away. How many months remaining? 5 months. Is that true? Then in that 5 months, I've gotten like 10 bags of cement. Bro, the next year, what should I be expecting? Dig the foundation and start building. Give me 2 years or 2 years plus. I'm staying in my own house. We are waiting for when millions will come. Life is all about strategies and plans. I still fit.